Hello, everybody. What a great day this is. Long anticipated by all of us at the Sandwich Historical Society. And I want to welcome all of our friends, all of our guests, all of our family, and all of the membership of the Sandwich Historical Society. Today, I know how much time and hard work that Maggie and Boone have put into making this day possible, especially the last 3 days. And I truly appreciate all the work and effort they've done, and especially to make sure that the Sandwich Historical Society was involved in this project. Very appreciated. And I also want us all to take a moment to just look at that statue and look at those pictures of all those hundreds of broken pieces and to marvel at the talent and skill of Adam and Ned Homeyer to put that back together. Unbelievable. What I respect about the Porters is that when they moved into this neighborhood and decided that this is the place they wanted to live, they embraced the heritage that they found here. They looked at the old buildings, they looked at the old grounds, they looked at the old stone walls. And Boone, especially, I talk with all the time, and we talk about the fellows that lived in this neighborhood in the 1860s and 70s. Joseph Wentworth up on top of the hill, Isaac Adams in the middle, William Weed and the Porter's house, all three eccentric, powerful, influential people, not only in Sandwich, but in the state of New Hampshire, and even in the case of Isaac Adams, world-renowned. It's just unbelievable and so much fun to think about the times of those men and how those three fellows interplayed with each other, even going to court just to spite the other back. You know, it's unbelievable. One thing Boone and I talk about are this town of Sandwich's old buildings and our old walls. And we talk as they are gifts that have been left to us from another time. This statue is a gift left to us by Isaac Adams. Discovering the stories of these men who built them and left them to us is great fun. And we today are celebrating and enjoying this gift from another era. The story of Niobe and the Great Wall has been folklore in this town since about 1875. Niobe fell 71 years ago. This week I was talking to a fellow that's going to turn 72 this year, and he said, I've heard about that wall my entire life, but he's never seen Niobe. If you think about it, Niobe laid up in that barn for more years than it stood on this wall. Now it's restored. So today, that 72-year-old man can drive down this road and see what all the old folks of his days were talking about. It's wonderful to think about. I remember the older folks in my childhood talking of this hill and calling it Image Hill. So today, I've been thinking for the last few weeks that today is the day that Image Hill returns. Today, this is Image Hill again. Finally, I'd like to say that I found a speech written by Lewis Cass, a 19th century politician. He was born in Exeter in 1782, but he has a Sandwich connection in two different ways. One, his father, Jonathan Cass, a general in Washington's army in the Revolution, in 1780 owned 4 100-acre lots in Sandwich. He was a land speculator. Ended up going out to Marietta, Ohio. Lewis Cass, his mother was Molly Gilman of the Exeter Gilmans. Molly Gilman's sister, Mary Gilman, and Molly Gilman's wife, Douglas Gilman, spent their entire lives living in Sandwich. Lewis Cass, just for information, was the governor of Michigan. He was the Secretary of War for Andrew Jackson. He was the Minister of France. He was the Secretary of State for James Buchanan. He had a career that virtually lasted from 1812 to 1860. And in 1848, he was the Democratic candidate for President of the United States against Zachary Taylor. So he had first cousins living in Sandwich when he was that prominent. Anyways, in the speech in 1836, he was president of the American Historical Society, and he gave a New Year's Day speech, and it's about history, about people, and how people relate to their era and what they leave for the next eras. It says, "Our province is the past, not the present nor the future. The future, the past, which offers its rich sense of experience, and not the present which applies them, or the future which they shadow forth. How wonderful are the destinies committed to that future. How vast are our own interests, which are involved in it. Let us hope that our fate furnish another lesson to be studied in after ages by those who may seek instruction from the records of human virtues and human errors." Today, I look at this event with Niobe, and what Maggie and Boone have done and Adam have done is that today they have created something that is a legacy for the future generations of people in Sandwich, and I thank them very much. Finally, I want to just put a plug in for the Sandwich Historical Society. In the last few years, we've done some major infrastructure work with our buildings. We have rehabilitated the Lower Corner Schoolhouse. We've rehabilitated the Grange Hall. We salvaged the Forbes House, hopefully to rebuild that. This past fall and winter, we moved the Quimby Barn. We are moving along very fast. We have the plasterboard up, insulated, the first floor, and on June 23rd, we're going to have the grand opening for the season of the Sandwich Historical Society, and the Quimby Barn Transportation Museum will be open. And I hope all of you will stop by and see what we've done and all the hard work that our volunteers have done to make the Sandwich Historical Society a lively, fun, and open place for everybody. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. An event like this is a product of the effort of many people, and I would like to take a moment to recognize a few of the people that made this event possible. First, I'd like to thank all of you for coming today. You've proven once again the importance of historical resources to our town and the intense interest they generate. I'd also like to thank the trustees, staff, and volunteers of the Sandwich Historical Society. They've been very supportive and have done a lot of hard work to get everything ready for today. Next, I want to thank Molly Nye and Mallory Hathaway for all their encouragement and enthusiasm in pushing this event forward. Thank you also to Rachel Cush and Jill Anderson, who have planned and prepared our lunch, which we're going to enjoy a little bit later. Finally, there is a group of people whose work has been instrumental